Hi there, Warriors, and welcome to a new video of the Uruguayan Heroes YouTube channel. On Monday night, Uruguay beat Paraguay and have now finished as second place team in our group. It means that we will face Colombia in the quarterfinals. We will talk about Colombia later, but first, let's have a look at the game. So we will look at some highlights. In my opinion, this was the best Uruguay performance of the Copa América so far. After the anthems were played, which always is for me a beautiful moment, we kicked off and Uruguay, well, immediately took initiative of the game. And in the first 20 minutes, we had some good chances, including this one from Dallas Guetta. And most importantly, we played with real intention, with real speed, played the ball well. And when we lost it, high press, and we mostly recovered possession quite soon. So I think certainly the first 20-25 minutes was the best spell of Uruguay in this Copa America so far. Another chance for Jorge Dallas Guetta, who I think in the first half he did really well. He probably should have scored, but he was playing really well. Second half, maybe a little less involved, but still had a good performance all around. And here was the penalty call, which was given after 20 minutes. Nandes being brought down, and it led to a penalty. So Edinson Cavani, in the absence of Luis Suarez, stepped up and scored, which was the only goal of the game, and which proved to be the difference between us and Paraguay. Confident penalty from El Matador. Suarez, who, as you probably would know, was on the bench because he had a talk with Tavares, and they both and the technical staff all. I will put it back, by the way, because I want to see this clip with also saying something by it. But Suarez was dropped to the bench because him and Tavares and the technical staff, medical staff, decided that it would be the best for him because, well, we've played a lot of games, and this would be the best scenario so that he can arrive into the knockout stages as fit as possible. And I think it's a real good decision. I think, and he played the final 20 minutes. Yeah, but it's a good decision in my opinion. So then, Nicolas de la Cruz. Well, just have a look. For me, he was the best player on the pitch last night, and I think Cavani should have squared it back to de la Cruz. He played Darasqueta, but for me, it was the much harder pass to execute. I think a little cut back to de la Cruz, and it's with me 2-0. But still, the quality of de la Cruz really good. I think against Argentina and Chile, you saw some positive things, but he did not really impress that much. As Bolivia, he grew, he got better, and today he had his best game in his Uruguay career so far. And yeah, he was well. I said it on Twitter. He pressed like a demon and dribbled like an angel, and I think that's the best way to put it because yeah, it was really impressive. Acuna Torres and Suarez, they both came on and almost combined for a goal here. Bit of a weak effort from Suarez, who, by the way, has come under a bit of criticism because Uruguay played so well in his absence. People are now saying, well, maybe we should play without Suarez. I think it's a bit, well, I would not agree with it because Suarez is the all-time top scorer of Uruguay. And although he's not the Suarez of 3-4 years ago, he's still, I still always will back him to arrive and to be decisive for us in the big stage. But we will see how this this story or this rumor, or it's not a rumor because it's just people's opinions, but how this will continue. So Uruguay, who had the initiative like you saw, or like we all saw for the first 20-25 minutes, took a step back in the first half after the goal, let Paraguay have a little bit more of the ball, but still were quite threatening. But Paraguay, on the other end, were not, and Uruguay were in control of the game, like for the 90 minutes. Defensively solid for I think the first time. Bolivia, yes, we were better in defense, but Bolivia is Bolivia with all due respect. But they don't propose many threats in the attack like Paraguay can and have this tournament against a team like Chile. But we were in control until this moment, which maybe is a bit out of control, but was, I think it's the 87th minute on the top of my head. But yeah, it's a foul, which almost in the box. So, but here, and Paraguay almost scored. The ball falls into the feet of Romero, and he should have scored it for really, but it was the only moment of only genuine opportunity Paraguay had, so it would be really unfair on us to have drawn that game. But Uruguay deserved the win in terms of the intensity, the quality of play. Um, yes, it was some really good football. We saw some excellent performance throughout the team, and yeah, like I said, intensity until the 19th minute. But the only thing which was lacking, which was the finishing off of the game. So after 1-0, after 20 minutes, we had many opportunities, and not only clear cut opportunities where it's just a one-on-one, but also when we broke out or we had a good attack, and there was 3 attackers against 3 defenders. The final ball, the execution of the final ball was lacking sometimes, and this is something we can improve on. But for sure, we were against Argentina on 20% for me on a potential, against Chile 40 maybe, against Bolivia 50, 60, and now I think we are looking at towards 80. So if we keep growing and if we keep improving our game, then I think yeah, we have everything to be. We have everything to play for. And Colombia in on Saturday will be a tough game, but I got all the confidence in this team. Yeah. So if we're gonna talk about some individual performances, which I think yeah we should. My three probably three favorite players of the game against Paraguay were Nicolas de la Cruz, Rodrigo Bentancur, and also there were a few. I think Fina and Nandes both had excellent games once again on the fullback positions. Sebastian Cuates, with his first 45 minutes of the tournament after Godin was substituted at halftime, which there has been no report of an injury just yet, but he was, I think, holding an ice pack to his knee. Maybe it's nothing, but you never know. But Coates came in and was a monster at the back. I mean, we all saw why many people in Portugal and also me and also many other Uruguayans want him to or really like him and wanted to play. Jimenez, I think it was his best game this tournament so far. Looked very assured. Muslera, well, solid. And I think Muslera has been probably the most underrated Uruguay player this tournament. And Uruguay now, after losing and drawing the first game, are without a goal conceded in over 200 minutes. So that's also a positive to take and to appreciate. And in midfield, Ficino, another good game, very good game. I mean, you can't fault it. You know, we all had our doubts about him, with him not having played at all this season, or nearly not having played. But he's done really well again. Valverde, also good. I think I probably should have rested in this game. And he was not one of the best players on the pitch, but still was Valverde, and he did some amazing things. Bentancur, like I said, one of my favorite performers in the game. Darasqueta, good moments, good moments. De La Cruz, good game, excellent game all throughout the game, throughout the 90 minutes. Never lost his his intensity, his quality. And Cavani, I don't think he had a tremendous game, but you know what it is with Cavani. When you play with Cavani as a low number 9 and you play 2 number 10s like De La Cruz and Darasqueta behind him, you can always count on him to make the defenders and the defenders never having a second of breath, because he runs, he chases everything you see, and he makes great runs. And this is why people probably want maybe him to play as a lone striker in this formation, and then not Suarez, because Suarez is not that player anymore. He used to be mental when it came to pressing and all this stuff in his Liverpool days, but simply his right knee is not what it is, and he's not capable of doing this. And still, you can have quality moments with Suarez, and you can have also like vintage game that you think, oh, this is the Suarez evolved. But generally, he's not as fit and he's not as capable of doing this as Cavani. But yeah, Cavani is still a good game, and he scored the winning goal. So yeah, I think De La Cruz, Bentancur, and then I probably will go for Pina, because I think his work up and down the line was absolutely amazing. And for the first time this tournament, I think defensively he looked like really solid. I was not stressing one moment that he would make a mistake or be out of place, because this is something that he has a weakness of. He is a liability in that sense, but he improved really much, really a lot this game. So yeah, this was the game, and like I said, for me the best game of Uruguay this tournament so far. Um, and well, these are the quarterfinals, as you probably all know. We will face Colombia on July the 3rd, and I think I said it as well in the last video. By finishing second, we avoid Brazil until an eventual final, but also we gain one extra day of rest, which we wouldn't have had, which we wouldn't have had if we finished third or fourth, because then we would play on the July the 2nd. So for me, that is important because we've just played 4 games in 10 days, and this is a lot. So yeah, Uruguay faced Colombia in Brasilia in the Mane Garrincha Stadium, which we opened our tournament in against Argentina. And then if we can go through, which I'm confident and hopeful, and yeah, I think we can do it, then we will face the winner of Argentina against Ecuador. And the other side of the bracket, Brazil, Chile, and Peru against Paraguay. I personally think that Brazil will not ease, but I think they will be comfortable in their way to the final, which maybe is a bit of a negative because they can take more, well, maybe they don't have to go into the deepest of their resources in terms of playing players all the time and going really chasing winners in the last second, wasting every ounce of energy. But hey, you never know. South America is a mad continent when it comes to football, and Chile is a team with a lot of heart. Although I don't like the team for obvious reasons, but Chile can always get a performance going, which is Chile basically. And Peru came to the final last time around 2 years ago, so you should never write them off again. And I think they got a interesting squad. And Paraguay, although they have not, they didn't play well against us. They have had a decent tournament so far. That for them though, the biggest miss is Miguel Almiron, who came off injured against us last night. So I mean, hopefully for him, I don't think he will, but hopefully for him, he can make an appearance in this tournament. But it looks like it's an hamstring injury, so then it will be really hard. But yeah. So this is where it all comes down to. Coming weekend, the Friday and the Saturday, they're the 4 quarterfinals will be played. So really exciting tournament. It's shaping up to be a really great tournament for me. So I think I want to pick out one quote from Rodrigo Bentancur. I'm not sure if it is in this article. I just read it this morning. I think it was an Ovation. But he said something along the lines that we are missing still too many goals. So we're missing too many chances to score. Defensively, we are finding solidity, and this is important. But we still have to improve in terms of transpiration, or not transpiration. I mean, the finishing of chances, which basically is probably what we all think. And saying that, talking about what we all think, let's have a look at the comments of you and your thoughts on the game, which always will be interesting. I think last video I did it, I was possibly 10-15 minutes time I looked into it, so I try to keep it a bit shorter because otherwise the videos will be 25-30 minutes, and I don't think anybody really wants this because I mean it's a long time to listen to my voice and look at my head. 30 minutes is a long time. So let's start with La Camera. Nando, who was like I said before, like many accounts here, loyal followers and really pleasant people to interact on a daily or a weekly basis on this platform. So he says, sure, good playing, but still low considering the chances. Same as with Bolivia. However, there is improvement. Facundo needs to play even more minutes. Yes, the chances need to be finished and the attacks need to be like killer ball needs to be there more, and so we have to be more efficient in front of goal for sure. But Facundo, he came in again, 3 substitute appearances. I think this appearance maybe was his least of the 3, but still he had a great move when he played in Cavani with a back heel, or Suarez with a back heel. So I mean, he's a really good talent, and I also heard people calling for Brian Ocampo, getting some minutes, and I understand this, and maybe he should, but it's hard because 26 players. It's hard to give everybody the playing time that they maybe deserve. But Facundo, for sure, I would have started him this game, so against Paraguay, but I think he should get a start, maybe more minutes. Underdog says one of the best games I have ever seen them play as far as ball movement and controlling. Just a bit disappointed with missing the chances and opportunities for goal. Nandes was man of the match for me. What a warrior. Others that stood out for me today: De La Cruz, Tarjeta, and Juarez. Yes, for me, what you're saying about the controlling and then the ball movement, this is not really what we have come accustomed to with Uruguay. We have seen performances like this in the last 3-4 years, with the new generation coming through. But certainly, first 20, 25 minutes, I was really loving it. And the worst thing of it is that they were cutting the signal of the TV. So I think 3-4 minutes, I couldn't watch anything. But yeah, that was really a top performance. And the players you highlight here, yeah, all four, brilliant. Ben Johnson, loving our play, which looked like we were Brazil or Belgium, but where are the goals? Yes. That's that's the point everybody's making, and it's the right point to make, because we should be putting away more chances with the players we have. Yeah. He says overall happy with the play. Wish the finishing was a little more refined. A lot like last match, only with a better opponent. We generated less opportunities and like to think we were a little less wasteful, but either way, so much better than how we started. Yeah, so absolutely. And the last point you make is the progression in these like 2 weeks or less, 1.5 week, has been really good, and it's something that we can, we can gain, or we can extract confidence from. The happiest, or Lucas says, the happiest I've been with a win in a while because of the way we moved the ball. I think Uruguay without Suarez and Godin are a better team. Sad to say, but time's up for them too. Yeah, time is certainly running out for them too, but they both have already acknowledged this. So, but for me, they still have a huge role to play in the coming year and a half, because this is their last period for them at Uruguay, in the Uruguay national team. So, I mean, I get it. Some performance like this really excites you, and I've got the same. But these two have also have had their value in the last 15 years with La Celeste, and you shouldn't never count this out. And you should never, for me, Suarez especially, and Godin as well, by the way. But I think Godin is a little bit more down the line in terms of regressing and deteriorating as a player, because he's also 2 years older. But Suarez, you should never count Suarez out. You're just dumb if you do that. I'm not calling you dumb, of course, but no, I think he will. Has something up his sleeve for this tournament, Suarez. Miguel La Rosa says, we played a little better each game in this group until the game where I am delighted up until it ending 1-0 somehow. Yeah, we should have scored more for sure. Feder needs to play in the middle enough. That side midfielder thing. Looks so lost there. Yeah, this is the thing with Feder. He plays not like he plays for Real Madrid. He's playing on the right side of the midfield, sure, but it's not like a right wing back or something like this. But yeah, he loses a little bit of prominence when he plays on the right side. And yeah, I don't like it either. But for the moment, it's working as a team. It's working at this moment, and I would like him to have him a little bit more inside in midfield as well. And I think he would be making more of an impact. But yeah, it's the way it is at the moment. De La Cruz announced as man of the match. Yeah, certainly two of these standouts. Too sloppy near the end. Yeah, probably. I mean, the chance which we saw in the highlights, if that goes in, we would be banging our heads on the table for what has happened, and that, I mean, we shouldn't have let this even be a possibility. Miguel continues with too selfish to get certain players goals. It's confusing. Bentancur, Suarez break was a proof of that. Yeah, the Bentancur was interesting. With 75 minutes on the clock, I think Bentancur just as eyes for Suarez, because Suarez obviously is a renowned goal scorer, but I think it was outside of the boot with his right. His pass was never going to happen, and two players, Torres and another player, were already like arriving into the box. So would be the better option. Yeah. I think we won comfortably, but missed some chances. So we suffered a bit at the end, says G Mori. Yes, for sure. It was unnecessary to suffer in the end. Yeah. Agus says, I would have loved to see Ocampo and Torres play together, but I'm happy with the performance of the team. Yeah, I think most players like to see Ocampo as well because they see Torres. And the thing is, Torres, Peñarol, Ocampo, Nacional. Still, although at Uruguay there's a little bit of rivalry there, still I see it on Twitter. And Torres has been a revelation for Uruguay this tournament. And people and certainly Nacional fans would like to see Ocampo have this as well because Ocampo has been absolutely sensational for Nacional, certainly in the Libertadores. So we will see if he gets this his break or his chance. And as well, what doesn't help is his father posted, I think, on Facebook a message of criticizing Tabares for not putting on Ocampo. And Ocampo or the media later also clarified that Ocampo and his father have not, or Brian Ocampo and his father don't have like a relationship or a good relationship. So there's no way you can blame this on Brian, but yeah, it's still unfortunate. Now this again says we need Facundo Torres to start the game next game. Yeah, people have been calling for it, and yeah, I mean you can't really reject this idea. Lucas not happy with Ocampo not playing today either. Should have left him in. Uruguay if you don't want to play. De La Cruz played very well today. Torres keeps getting worse and worse in my opinion. Yeah, I get the Ocampo point. De La Cruz as well. I think Torres he's not keep getting worse and worse. For me today was one of the three. If you look at the three substitute appearances, this one was maybe the worst, but it still was a solid 6.5 for me. Man, come on, says Cruzado Arsenalero. Paraguay didn't want to play this game for obvious reasons. This is a bad game to choose if you want to get excited. Well, I see the Chile flag, so yeah, I know where you're coming from. Good luck against Brazil. We play better without Suarez, unfortunately. Torres should start for me, and De La Cruz looked like Messi out there, man of the match. Well, De La Cruz at times with his dribbles looked like Messi. Yeah, it's no joke or no coincidence that, or it's a bit of coincidence, but it's no. They call him at River Plate. They call him Nicolas de la Cruz. You know, referring to obviously Johan Cruyff, famous Dutch footballer. But yeah, I mean it's all a bit of fun. But he's certainly a big talent. Yeah. Pato says, I'm really happy. Well, it's true that we keep missing many opportunities. Overall, the team is playing at its own pace and playing almost beautifully. If you can capitalize on these field occasions, that would be great for sure. Yeah. No, it's like I think it's really sums it up how many people see it. You know, good performance, keep improving. But we need to be more clinical and efficient because in games against Argentina, against Brazil, and also against Colombia, that can bite you in where you don't want it. Tatiana Root says happier, but question remains: why does Tavares refuse to put on Ocampo? Also, Juarez was great. Juarez was great for sure. Colossal, like I think he had 4-3 really big interceptions, and also he looked so comfortable on the ball. Yeah, and but Ocampo, yeah, no, I don't. It's a little bit odd, but you know what? It's the same with Brian Rodriguez, and Brian Rodriguez doesn't or hasn't had a great campaign last season. But Jonathan Rodriguez has had, and he has not played like any minutes almost. So it's more players who probably should get minutes. So yeah, but I understand your point on Ocampo. Refu says 4-3 is the way to go. Love Suarez, but Cavani should start. Yeah, I mean at this moment I can see why people have this opinion, but yeah, we will see. You know, 4 days until the next game, so we will see what happens. Alexander Cucufillo says, great game. Arrascaeta was unlucky on many chances, and De La Cruz was phenomenal. Yeah, I think Arrascaeta was really good. Unlucky, like you said. And De La Cruz was phenomenal. Man of the match for me. So, my man of the match, De La Cruz. Let me know in the comments down below what's your man of the match. I think there are certainly a few contenders in there. Also, let me know your thoughts on the game, like these thoughts. But if you want to further have your thoughts on the game, just drop it in the comments, and I'm happy to look at it. Also, let me know what you thought of the video. If you want to see more, you can subscribe, and if you want, you can like as well. Maybe we can set a target if you want to do 20 likes for the video. Would be awesome. So I would like to thank you once again for watching. I think Uruguay's really developing well in this tournament, and I'm really hopeful that, and I'm realistic, but I'm really hopeful that we can win the 16th Copa America title in our history. And to find out that we are capable of do this, we will see if we can continue our run against Colombia in the quarterfinals on Saturday. I think on Thursday I will drop a review for this video of a preview. So yeah, so I will see you then, and until then, have a good time. Bye bye.